Good morning, YouTube. Not really going to be live for too long. I'm fixing a cold right now. But since I happen to be in the area, I figured why not? It's another brisk morning, but next week's supposed to be up in the 80s. So that's good. I don't even know if I have audio or if anyone can hear me. The last live I attempted to do was muted for some reason. Things happen though. We should be good though. Sometimes you just got to get away from technology. Easier said than done, though, in this day and age, right? But I guess that's what happens when you end up having a spiritual awakening and are a chosen one. You end up getting attacked. Attacked spiritually, physically, like for real. I am sick as a dog right now. I have never been this sick in my life. Even when I was doing drugs. Let me see if I can rig up a phone. I can't even talk. Let me see if I can rig up a phone holder real quick. No, it ain't even gonna fit. I'll be all right. I hope so. I've been losing my voice every morning. Translate them. I know exactly what it is. And I guess it's kind of a blessing and a curse. It's a beautiful sunrise, though, for real. There we go. Balance. Finding balance in life. It's not easy, though. I mean, if anyone is familiar with the Bible, it says that we cannot live for this world and for the spiritual world at the same time. It's not possible. You gotta choose sides. And I have a tough time with that. Maybe one of these days I'll actually get a real phone holder, that the little suction cup thing that sticks to the window. I don't know. But had to call out of work yesterday, called out of work today, spent the day yesterday at the emergency room because ReadyMed does not accept my insurance. Ooh. I'm doing all right, other than this crazy sickness I got going on right now. I just wish this. What time is it here? I don't know. The sunrise is at 6:20 something I saw on the news yesterday, so we getting close. Where am I? Worcester, Massachusetts. This is overlooking Worcester Airport from the backside. Yes, it is more. Yes, it is morning. My bad. I got a cold. Thank you. It is very beautiful. Good timing. You should be able to see the sun coming up in a couple minutes. But I'm loaded up on Dayquil. What's up, Mary? Good to see you. I saw your comment. I hope all is well with you in the Dakotas. It's evening there. Well, that's the wonders of social media and the internet. Worldwide. That's kind of a trip, huh? One person watching it setting, the other person watching it rise. I wouldn't consider myself well traveled, but I have traveled to places further away from Massachusetts. Like I would say the furthest I've ever been from Massachusetts has been Hawaii. I went there in '94 after the hurricane. You're in South Africa. Well, I hope you stay safe in South Africa. I've heard some crazy stories from down there. I know crime runs rampant down there, but where doesn't it, right? That's the thing, like when you're a chosen one, or if you believe in the spiritual realm and decide to choose a side in that, I believe that you could be protected. Like there's no rhyme or reason why I'm still alive. By all accounts and by all statistics, I should be a dead man. But here I am still walking, talking, kind of talking. Yeah, no worries. Lots of essays in South Dakota. That's fucked up. Human trafficking is real. All that stuff is real, and it's just not really explained by very well with the mainstream media. They come to work the ranches. Oh, South Africans. My bad. I thought you were saying something else. So I've met a few people from South Africa that had come up to work as lifties on the mountains in New England here. I think it was Killington that I most recently was at years ago that had people from South Africa on a work visa. It's crazy though, because where I'm staying right now, on the North Shore of Massachusetts, I'm not there right now. I had to come back towards Worcester for some personal matters, but where I'm staying, it's mainly predominantly white Caucasians, but the working force, the people that work are mainly immigrants. The ones that are working the jobs that are less than desirable by most people, like fast food jobs, pizza shops, stuff like that. Anytime I really go into a store like that, mainly it's foreigners. It's kind of interesting. You worked in insurance for 8 years? That's wild. I think insurance is kind of a scam. Like you pay into it for years and years and years, and then when you need it, you have to fight for to be able to get that insurance, like life insurance, health insurance, all that gets paid into for years. It's paying into a system that's broken, at least here in the United States. Like my father's life insurance policy that he paid into, I'm pretty sure that it just equaled out even. Like the amount of money that he put into was almost equal to the amount that got paid out, which is absolutely crazy. But I figured I'd go live and share a sunrise with y'all since I have no job today. Back to work on Monday. Building insurance. That's what's up. So, as I was saying earlier, when I went to Hawaii after Hurricane Nikki hit in 94, it was all paid for. My father was a civil engineer for over 30 years, and one of his coworkers wanted help, offered him work. He still had a full-time job at the time. The company he worked for had no problem with him taking time off for this, but he went over to Hawaii to do estimates on the damage that was done over there for the insurance adjusters. So he would go around to these buildings that were destroyed, leveled, and come up with an estimate on how, break it all down, what the cost would be to repair, and then put that in to the insurance companies for however much money was allotted. He was out there for, I believe, a couple months. But right around February, me and my mother got flown out there, stayed for 2 weeks on the main island. And I specifically remember we were like on the 30th floor of this hotel. It was the Hilton Hotel, because I found the pamphlet for it recently. And I remember seeing a shark down in the bay. And there were just surfers out there chilling with the shark. Like the shark minded its own business. These people minded their own business. It's kind of cool to see Mother Nature live in symbiosis with people. There's little glimpses of that everywhere. Unfortunately, the world population has kind of exploded lately, so the priorities are not there that they for like there's a small percentage, I would say, of people that are consciously trying to better the earth and live a better lifestyle to be more earth friendly, but the percentage is so small compared. Like the industrial revolution really just exploded and kind of was the downfall of the United States specifically. We went from living in farming communities and living off the land to moving into cities and having everything right in front of our fingertips as a convenience, not a necessity, and forgot how to live on our own. And I'm speaking for myself mainly. I don't know about y'all, but I'm trying to go back to my roots. Yeah, I don't know. I'm partial to both. I'm partial to freshwater and the ocean. Like I have the best of both worlds here. There's a bunch of reservoirs around here in Massachusetts, and there's the ocean on Cape Cod. I tend to stay away from like Boston and the North Shore oceans because they're just way too polluted. Boston is right on the ocean. It's a major city and it's the capital of Massachusetts that's on the ocean. And there's just like if you go to Revere Beach or um, any of the beaches on the coastal Boston, they're very nasty. Like you'll see trash floating in the water and stuff, and there'll be oil sheens on the water. It's not that great. But if you go to the like Cape Cod, I'll swim in the water all day on the outer Massachusetts where like the hook is. But this cold kind of caught me off guard. I was doing pretty good. I've gained like 20 pounds since I've been working out at the gym, and then this cold just hit me like today's day 4 of this sickness. And I think I caught it at Easter. I think it's got something to do with all the kids that were around, the little germ magnets. So I haven't gone to the gym since Monday. I just can't breathe. Like at the ER yesterday, they gave me an inhaler. Never used an inhaler in my life, and I'm 41 years old. And I quit smoking cigarettes like a month ago, too, so that's pretty wild. But I'll get through this, hopefully. It's kind of, yeah, I'm wicked congested. Um, I had chest pains yesterday. That's the main reason why I went to the ER. I was going to go to ReadyMed, but they don't accept my insurance. And I'm not paying out of pocket for healthcare. I refuse to. But it's pretty crazy because I got black flag or red flagged for opiate seeking behavior due to like my past history. Even though I never really went to the ER or hospitals to try to get pills, I could easily get them from doctors that I had as my physicians. But yet I still got flagged for this. I've had kidney stones twice. And once you're red flagged for drug seeking behavior, that never goes away. So like this girl that went in with me, she had the same exact symptoms, uh, was there the same less amount of time than I was there. And she walked out of there with a prescription for cough medicine with codeine. I walked out of there with no diagnosis, no doctor's note, no nothing. And it wasn't a bad experience up until the time that they were ready to discharge me. For real, the nurse like ripped the IV line straight sideways out of my arm. It took almost an hour for them to find a vein. Fourth try was a charm. They had to put an IV line in instead of just drawing blood because no one could hit my veins because of all the scar tissue. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, so fluffy navel, I think that's what happened. Well, I don't recognize your name, but I'm a recovering addict. I got just over 3 years clean from over a decade of intravenous use. Heroin and fentanyl was my drug of choice, opiates to be specific. But where was I going with that? Oh yeah, I think I did kind of push it too hard with the gym. Like, so Easter festivities on this past Sunday did not wind down until the evening. So I went to the gym 8 o'clock at night. I've been going every single day for, I don't know, about 3 weeks. So I wanted to go Sunday after Easter. I went Sunday 8 o'clock at night, and then I usually go in the morning before work during the week. So I did that, and I went at 5 o'clock the very next morning. And maybe this is just like my body telling me that, nah, you can't be doing all that crazy stuff. But I've been eating healthy. I've been stretching out. I've been like really eating healthy and trying to heal myself physically along with mentally and everything. I quit smoking weed recently too. I haven't smoked in I'd have to think about it. It was probably like, so I want to say I quit smoking weed right around the time I quit smoking cigarettes. I don't really keep track of the exact days or anything like that, but I did cave a couple times. So I'd say it's been 2 weeks solid since I smoked a joint. I bought a pre-roll from the dispensary, got stoned, uh, and that was the last time I smoked, probably a couple weeks ago. I'm just trying to change for the better and do stuff that I normally wouldn't do. Like I was a pothead drug addict alcoholic for not really alcoholic. Alcohol was early on in my life, but for a long time I was just coasting through life. Had no rhyme or reason or goal or anything. All right, Mary, you have yourself a good day. I'm not going to be live for much longer. I'm just trying to do my thing. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I always appreciate you stopping in here. But I feel guilty over like not going to work. It's weird. Like Monday, I went to work. Tuesday, I called out because I felt this sickness coming on Monday. Not really all there, but and then Tuesday I called out. Wednesday I went to work to try to push through it. And then yesterday I was like, woke up in the morning, had no voice, had mild to moderate chest pain, which I've never had before. So I was like, oh fuck, maybe I have pneumonia. So that's why I went to the hospital/ER. They did x-rays and I did not have anything. So thank you. I appreciate that. But it's supposed to be a nice day out today, so I'm going to take the time to clean out this messy truck of mine. Box of tissues. Main thing. But I started to. It's not too messy, but I got to vacuum and stuff. I wish I had more of a voice, though, for real. What's up, Kenna? I'm trying to get over this sickness. That's what's up. If you hit the rewind button a little bit, you could see when the sun actually came up. I've been sick as a dog since Tuesday. I went to the ER yesterday, got an inhaler, and that's about it. So that's why my voice is all jacked up. But it's a beautiful sunrise this morning. Thank you. I appreciate that. I like to say double tap and all that crap. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. I got to get myself a phone holder. It's like all balanced on the dash right now. I got one of the cup holder phone holders, but it doesn't fit up there on the dash. So I had to call out of work like 3 days today's day 3 that I was not able to work this week. So I'm kind of bummed out about that, but finances are not everything in life. Like, yes, we need money to survive, but uh, I'm doing all right for money. I have nothing to complain about. Actually, my truck payment's due today. But I'm just trying to like I was saying earlier, I think I had been just maxing myself out physically, and that's why I got sick. Not only that, but there were a bunch of kids around for Easter. And me being the kid at heart, I was hanging out with them, reading stories. My little cousin, he doesn't really know me that well because I was never around as an addict. I kept myself in active addiction, isolated from everyone, for their sake and my sake. So, but my little cousin's really warmed up to me. Like, second day of meeting him, he was like chilling with me, having me read him stories and whatnot about dinosaurs. He's on this dinosaur kick where he absolutely loves dinosaurs. He's so smart too. He can like pronounce his raptors are his favorite, velociraptors, and he can like pronounce all the names of basically most of the dinosaurs. You haven't worked for 2 years? Damn. I hadn't worked for quite a while. So Fluffy, I ended up actually privating a bunch of my videos. I've been lives to be specific, and videos and shorts. I just feel like I needed a reset and to clean up my channel a little bit. But I had been actively on YouTube for the past couple of years. Even I think it started out right when I got clean. Yeah. So 2.5 years or so. And I wanted to document this whole process. Because in my opinion, I had been a lost cause. Like I had given up on myself a long time ago and kind of had I had a spiritual awakening where uh, I came to the specific realization that I'm worth more in this life than what I had given myself credit for. It's amazing how many distractions there are in this world that keep us away from where we should be spiritually, physically, mentally, and all that. In Massachusetts, where I live specifically, there's just liquor stores on every corner, strip clubs. The homeless population is exploding around here. It's very sad to see. And I think part of the reason why I was awoken was to get clean and to provide hope to other people that were in the same position that I was for so long. Because I shot dope for literally over a decade straight, like no clean time whatsoever. Good day to the one named Shelly. I don't look a mess, but I'm just all like sick right now, so. And it's a beautiful sunrise. Y'all would rather see that than me. But it's crazy how life like I was baptized Catholic, went through my confirmation, all that. um and kind of strayed away from my spiritual side for a long time. But there is another side to this world that my eyes were awoken to, specifically a few years ago. Well, statistically speaking, 10% of people that get into recovery actually maintain that recovery from whatever addiction it is, whether it be alcohol, uh, drugs, whatever. So I always kind of like to go against statistics and prove them wrong. Like when I say I had over a decade of using without any clean time, the most clean time I had within that 13 years of using intravenously was probably about 4 days. I never completed no, I take that back. The very first time I went to detox, I completed the detox, did not leave against did not leave against medical advice. But every time after that I went to detox, it was literally either just to get off the street because it was the middle of winter and I was living out of my car, or it was to lower my tolerance because I was using too much. I was spending way too much money on drugs and wanted to lower my tolerance so I didn't require as much drugs to get high. It was never with the intention of getting clean, is what I'm trying to say. Like I always had a bag waiting for me when I was getting out. And I don't know why it clicked. I didn't even go to detox this last time to get clean. Like something just clicked in my head. And I always heard people talk about it, eventually it'll click or you will end up passing away. Like, and it clicked for me. And I know I got like guardian angels watching over me. All my friends that have passed in the years preceding me getting clean. But the whole, like, you say much love, Kenna, and I get it. But there's a lot of, on the flip side of that, it's a different perspective from a male personality. Like, we're taught, which is wrong from the beginning, that we're supposed to not be sensitive, not show our sensitive side, like men don't cry, that type of shit, right? But I think there's also something very liberating in being able to express those emotions. The emotions can't run life though. But you also need emotions to be in life. What's up, Indy? Good to see you. It's been a long time. I'm sick as a dog. I've been working on the excuse me. I've been working on the North Shore lately. And I had to come back towards Worcester for personal reasons. You guys kind of missed the sunrise, but it was coming. I've been here since it was a little dark. Yes, you're right. It's seen as a weakness, but I will honestly say that there's healthy ways to get through those emotions in there. There's unhealthy ways. I was using my past as unhealthy ways to get through those emotions, to get through the emotional trauma and stuff. Like, there's a reason why I was behaving the way I was for the 13 years that I was involved with drugs. Like, it's unprocessed trauma in my mind. Not in my mind, like it's unprocessed trauma. And the only way to get over that is to sit with oneself, journal, whatever. There's multiple healthy ways to process all that. Your kiddos and hubs are sick. I just went to the. Hold on one sec. I'm gonna blow my nose. I got a box of tissues here in the truck with me. I just went to the ER yesterday, and they gave me an inhaler. But I was saying earlier, I'm red flagged for drug-seeking behavior due to my past addiction and me being a transparent person. So anytime I go to the hospital, like they had to draw blood yesterday. It took them forever because of the scar tissue. And I jokingly like tell them, I'm like, well, not jokingly, but I say I was an addict. I'm an addict in recovery or whatever. And they're like, yeah, we can tell with all the scar tissue around your veins and everything. It took 4 nurses. Finally, on the 4th nurse, she was able to not draw blood, but they had to put an IV line in just to get blood. A catheter line. It was crazy. But that's what happens every time I have to go to the hospital. But I went to the hospital because I had chest pain yesterday and stuff. And I thought I might have had pneumonia, but all the tests came back negative. I've had to miss 3 days of work this week, which I'm kind of bummed about, but work will be there next week. My boss is a very understanding employer. But I hope, Indy, that your kiddos and husband feel better soon as well. What's up, Tommy? Good to see you, bro. I don't even know if I have all on. I do. Yes, so they told me that it was most likely a viral infection or whatever that I have going on. And there was a girl that came in at the same time as me to the ER, and I overheard them talking to her, and they told her the same thing, but she was given a prescription for cough medicine with codeine, which was funny, and offered a note for work. I was given a sideways rip of my IV line out of my arm and sent on my way with no option to even have a note for work. But it's okay. I didn't need one. But I'm just saying, like, it's crazy to see what goes on in these emergency rooms. Like, I'm not really disillusioned with it. You have to really be an advocate for yourself if you want medical care, because otherwise you just become a number. But luckily I have a cool boss that I'm working for, so he said that I can take today off. I took yesterday off. I took Tuesday off. I tried to go to work Wednesday. I worked Wednesday all day. Worked Monday too. Monday's kind of when it kicked off. Wednesday I tried to push through, but yesterday I just felt worse. So I told him I just needed a few days rest and relaxation to try to get better. Yeah, he's got some stories. I got some stories from him that I could tell. I might make some long form videos about him. One is incorporating Hell's Angel. Oh, what's up, honeybees? Good to see you. I'm sick as a dog. I almost have like no voice, but I'm going to make this live public, obviously, and y'all can see the sunrise from earlier. It was pretty colorful. Even though I'm sick, I still look good. I have gained 20 pounds too since going to the gym, but I haven't been able to go to the gym since Monday. I do have honey at home, and I've been drinking tea. I got some of the, I don't even know what it's called. It's the tea that will like help soothe your throat. I think it's mint flavored and some other stuff. Yeah, I don't feel great. They gave me an inhaler though too, and that's kind of been helping. I don't have it with me though. But I've been staying with family up on the North Shore, and I don't really know when I'm gonna either go back up there tonight or tomorrow, but I feel bad about like being sick and staying there. But there I have my own room, my own bathroom, stuff like that. Like I'm not the first person that they've taken in as an orphan, basically. Uh they're a very spiritually and health oriented family, so they help people out, help people that are in need. Actually, the husband is going on a mission trip to Tennessee next week, I think. And he's going to be gone for 2 weeks, helping do rebuilding from floods and storms and stuff that happened down there. So, growing spiritually and trying to physically as well. Raw local honey is the best. Yeah, so the area where I'm staying in on the North Shore, it's right on the border of New Hampshire and Massachusetts, and there's a lot of people up there that live off the land. They have their own chickens. They have beehives. There's a lot of farms up there, and it's a good community. Like I know for a fact that that's what I'm supposed to be up there. I was supposed to be up there when I let me start over. When I moved up there, it was for a reason, and it was exactly the timing that I needed on to move up there. I know I'm in the right place where I'm supposed to be, and that's really all that matters. Yeah, right. I gotta hit up the the dentist that redid Jumpsuit Pablo's grill. For real. Should start a GoFundMe, right? I mean, ideally, I do need to get my teeth fixed sooner than later due to health reasons. It is God's timing. It is. It really is. Speaking of which, that's what stays on my windshield. Not necessarily the windshield, but, and no lie, I stay with my Bible inside that backpack. Like I have a study Bible that I travel with and a notebook. That's awesome, Fluffy. That's the ideal thing that I want to do. I follow a YouTube channel called the 3 of 7 Project. The person that runs the channel is a former Navy SEAL, and he just came out with a video yesterday that said it was titled The Conclusion. And basically, he's saying the same exact thing, that he is gearing up or has made the decision to do that. He already has the land. He wants to start building, and he said he has a lot to learn, but he wants to start building to be self-sufficient. And, you know, I mean, with the state of the world that it is, I think that that's the right move. But on the flip side of that, me doing that myself, let me start over. Having a spiritual awakening, like it's said that people that know whatever does not serve you, you're going to have to let go of to maintain that spiritual discipline, right? So like the people that were closest to me that are not aligning with what I want to do in my life, I need to let go of. And it's a hard thing because it's not out of hate or distrust or anything like that. It's just that in order to grow as an individual, that's what I need to do. Hold up. I'm looking for a book to show y'all another book that I'm reading right now. If I can find it. Oh, here it is. Spirit. Oh, I got to reverse the camera. So this is what I'm reading also right now. Spiritual Disciplines for the Christian Life. Tommy, you calm down, bro. I got that, a notebook, and the Bible. That's all I need. And a little bit of faith. It's not even letting people go from me. It's separating myself from people that have already established themselves spiritually in God, all that stuff, you know? Like they're already well established. There's nothing else that they can do for me. So that's why I knew that me moving to where I moved to was the right move. Excuse me. But hopefully this cold is like over by the end of the weekend because God willing, I need to go back to work Monday and go back to the gym and get back on the program. People get back operations, etc., and they needed to do is their teeth, mouth out first. Yup. So I've already started that journey about my teeth. And it's not easy. Like for real, I had gotten a thing in the mail that was like about what I needed, about what I was covered for what my insurance offered for dental work. So I had gone to the website and it listed a bunch of dentist's office that were basically like community care. So I went to make a few phone calls to dentist's office that were accepting new patients, and all I got was voicemails. And the majority of the voicemails was like, we'll get back to you within 5 to 7 days. I'm like, okay. Like, it's not an emergency or anything, but I got to get the ball rolling somewhere. What's up, Rocky? Good to see you, bro. YouTube doing you dirty on the thumbnail, cousin? Why? What's wrong with my thumbnail? I'm the one that put that up with my tongue sticking out. I know I do need to kind of upgrade that, huh? Oh, for the live. I got you. I ain't worried about it. It's only technology. We'll flip it around. I'm picking my nose. Nice. Nice. I ain't worried. It's only YouTube. I don't let that little shit bother me for real. It's all one big test. That's all it is. Everyone's so worried about putting their best foot forward on YouTube. I ain't worried about that at all. As you can hear, nice. So like, you know how they I'm sick. My bad. You know how they'll come up with like auto-generated thumbnails if you just do the YouTube live. Some of the ones they come up with are absolutely hilarious. It makes me laugh like what the AI does. It's funny. No, it's not me. It's the AI. AI does the weird shit, bro. So I think what you got to do is you got to leave the live and then find it like in the feed or something like that. I don't know. You are asking the wrong person if you're asking me. But I appreciate all y'all that stopped in. I'm going to be getting out of here shortly because I don't want to lose my voice completely today. I actually got stuff to do. I think this is what I'll make the thumbnail as, though. Right there. Indy, thank you for stopping in, for real. To be 100% honest, I've been going to sleep at like 9 o'clock, 9:30 East Coast time, so I have not seen your lives, but if y'all are not subscribed to Independent Many United, y'all should go sub up. She has some very good open panels, music and chat, and you've been doing another series I saw, Down the Rabbit Hole. So that's pretty cool. I replayed a little bit of some of those. You have a zapper for healing, bro? Give me a zap. You're welcome, Indy. Have a blessed day. But like I said, I'm going to be getting out of here soon. Stuff to do. Not much. Just clean the truck out. What else do? Oh, I got to pay the truck payment. Speaking of that. But I haven't even cleaned this truck out since I bought it. I did get it washed the other day. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that. Way to do your mod duties, bro. New Punisher on Disney in May. Nice. They really pushing the boundaries on Disney, huh? It's funny though, like this truck was actually pretty clean up until the time when I started working full time again, and then I just bring all the sawdust from work. Oh, speaking of which, I gotta upload some pictures on here in a community post of the house that we're building. So we're basically building houses in this one complex, and the house next door that was built last year just sold for $3.5 million. No lie. Sight unseen. The realtor went through the house with the buyers with FaceTime, and they bought this house without seeing it in person for $3.5 million. Insane. But the house we're building now is something like, I think, 8,500 square feet. I want to say maybe 75. I forget exactly, but I'd have to look. But it's a big house. And we've been standing up all the gables and everything. I'm sure a lot of work's going to be done by the time I get back on Monday, but I will upload some pictures on my community post. So keep an eye out for those. It is huge. I've built some big houses. Fluffy, I used to upload a lot of work related videos, and I'm gonna be getting back into that, wearing the GoPro and stuff. I just need to work out the logistics of it and do a little bit of editing, I think. Rocky, they did so the owners didn't even look at the house. Like, can you imagine not seeing a house in person and trusting that realtor to walk that who gets it paid on a commission to walk through the house and show you every little detail of that house that you want to see? And then dropping 3.5 or however much they had to, I don't know if they took out a, I don't know how they paid for it, whether they have a mortgage on it or what, but $3.5 million is nuts for a house. Like, picture how many houses you could actually own for that much in a different state other than the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Like, it's wild. But it is kind of close to Boston where I'm working too. So I mean, it's a lot of tech workers and people that work in the medical field that are going there. But Rocky, Tommy, Fluffy, everyone else that stopped in that might still be listening, I appreciate all of you. I hope you all have a blessed day. I am going to be getting out of here shortly. Y'all on the fucking translating stuff. It's wild. But I hope everyone has a blessed day for real. I love you all. Peace.